Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be on a Sunday night where tonight on Top Split TV we bring you the final round, season 24 of Sunday Night Lights here from Long Beach. The third time, it's the last round. But for the first time in a long time, joining me, Alex McKellar, in the commentary box is one Tim Gorcrotcher. Tim, welcome back, and thank you for filling in for the chaotic one while he's off doing some other things tonight. Tim, are you with us? We've lost you. I had you before. He's gone walkabout, folks. Anyway, he'll join us in a sec. Tim, I was just talking to him too. Give us a yell when you're back, mate. Otherwise, we're going to check out the folks here who have joined us. We'll start at the top here. Currently coming second on the series overall, we've got one Julian O'Fray, who joins us once again. The Frenchman, he's been having a good season, of course. Only managing second at the moment, but possibly not a chance to catch the guy in the two-plated car here tonight. One Ludwig who's really setting up his first lap. Third seater drive here is not Giuseppe Tellini. I think at the moment sitting about fourth on the table. The other Italian in the field is Loris Amadio, who, there we go. That's a bit better. We can see who we're talking about now. He's in car number 4. Nick Vaughan Roberts, who did pretty well last week, the Welshman. He's back once again. Roger Hooker, the Norwegian driver for Two Fools Racing, is back as well. Looks like he's the other fool to Nick Vaughan Roberts. The 7-plated car, George Maddock, who joins us once again, been setting the field alight with his boisterous racing this season. Takumi Yamato joins us once again, who managed a great result at Snetterton, of course, earlier this season. Dimitri Filippides joins us once again. Been getting his fix on a Sunday night for a while. Lorenzo Zigaretti Zinger. Right, Zinger 76. Jeepers. All right. The Italian driver, he's joining us, a 10-plated car. Vasco Sorofsky, wasn't he happy to get a good run last week at Nürburgring, the ANZ driver? That's what we do it for, folks. Great to see him back once again. Hiroshi Ueda. We don't have Kawabe-san, but we still have two Japanese drivers in Yamato and Ueda. Joins us as number 12 tonight. Dylan Golson, a newcomer to the series, making his debut on the top split. Justin Watt, who has this season won 3 races in the second split, which is pretty tough to do, I have to say, and gets his, I think it's his second crack in the top split tonight this season. And Manu Olvera from Iberia rounds out our field of 15. Tim, are you there, mate? No, he's not. Could be flying solo for a while as well here tonight, as Nick Vaughan Roberts. Vaughan Roberts sets the pace with a 31.9. Fantastically well. And as I said, Two Fools Racing, he and his teammate joining us tonight. Julian O'Fray, he's second. He's very good at qualifying, has O'Fray been this season. He set the pace at a couple of tracks, actually. But has, as yet, not cracked it for too many wins. I think he's only had one this season. George Maddock yet to have a win from memory. And he's currently provisionally in 12th. Or, sorry, 12th. Third. There we go. 2 laps around here, of course. Just a tick under 132, as you can see. As Maddock now heads out the back. He's down the West Shoreline Drive now, is he? No, he's right out the back. East Seaside Way down into turn 9. Break about the 300 mark, kick the right hand and maybe drop down to second. Oh, he's grabbed an awful lot of the curb there. Grabs the left-hander through 10, down into 11, grabs first gear. Very tight on there. Oh, I don't know. Not sure if he compromised the entry enough there. As Vaughan Roberts takes pole, or provisionally still sitting there as Maddock crosses the line. Can he improve on his time? No, he cannot. He did not indeed improve on his time. Dylan Golson, the debutant here, last one out on track for Oh, he almost picked up the 1X there. Did Golson. As we hop on board with Dylan, making his debut tonight. You'll see just around the 300 marker. He'll just a tick after, chuck it down into second, try not to hit the outside wall, get it gathered up around the penultimate corner, then chuck it down into first, swinging out to the left, bring it back to the right, get on the gas. Oh, he didn't quite get on it cleanly there, did Golson. As he comes to round out his second lap, can he move up the order from 13th? As he crosses the line, does young Golson? The answer is no, I don't think he can. Anyway, let's go check out our grid for tonight's race. Nick Vaughan Roberts for Two Fools Racing grabs a tidy pole with just his first lap with a 1:31 and all the nines. Ludwig Geedy joins him on the front row for Mivano Sim Racing, he is our champion-elect at the moment. A good result tonight sees him unchallenged and taking out the Season 24 Sunday Night Lights Championship. Julian O'Fray, the only man who can trouble Geedy, starting from the second row of the grid in third. Roger Hooker, the other fool from Two Fools Racing, the Norwegian, starting from the second row of the grid in fourth for his debut race. George Maddock from UKNI starts from fifth. Loris Amadio from Italy in sixth. Dimitri Filippides out of seventh tonight. Dr. Waves, Italy. Giuseppe Tellini starts out of eight. Vasco Sorowski from ANZ out of ninth. Takumi Yamato, first of the Japanese drivers, out of 10th. Mitchell Nichols, the ANZ driver, out of 11th. Justin Watt, second split dominator this season, starting out of 12th. So we go over the page. 13th tonight, Dylan Golson, who we saw from ANZ. 14th, Hiroshi Ueda, the second of the Japanese drivers. 15th, the Iberian Manu Olvera making his debut, and Lorenzo Zingaretti, 76 apparently, starts from 16th on the grid as the guys line up and get ready to go. I've lost him altogether. Always the way, but the show must go on is what I'm feeling as I just try and get everything set up as the red lights mean rev. And the green lights mean go, and we are away. For the first of all our laps here tonight, we've got Vaughan Roberts driving us away. Geedy, champion-elect, sitting behind him on the run down into turn one. Look at them spread out, two wide, almost three as O'Fray chucks it up the inside, down one. No, it's Vaughan Roberts, and then side by side behind him. Well done. O'Fray backed out there as the long train of skippies start coming around the fountain. A little bit of nose to tail was always going to happen. Everyone seems to got away. I've seen plenty of cars end up strewn sideways across the track there. Bit more crunching up ahead. Oh, as the 9 car there, it's Filippides goes round, facing the wrong way up West Shoreline Drive there. As meanwhile, up the front of the pack, Vaughan Roberts, really, that the rear of his car, his teammate in the background similarly. Maybe they're sharing setups. Geedy all over the back of him as they head up the big back straight up East Shoreline Drive in between 8 and 9 this time round. As Geedy shows the nose but doesn't look to challenge. Loris Amadio similarly in the back of this front pack. Oh, and he's put off Maddock. That's how you do it, folks. A bit of pressure to pass. Caught Maddock out there. Had him looking in his mirrors, perhaps missing his braking marker as we see, Frey showing the nose. Very, very aggressive there, you might say, on the inside of Geedy. Who's that? Maddock going into the pit straight away. I didn't see him pick up any damage. Maybe he forgot to fuel. He's going to take as many laps as he can to get back. Tim, are you with us, mate? No, is the answer. I don't know what's going on there. We were chatting away for about 10 minutes, and then that's all she wrote. Anyway, we'll carry on. Geedy now tucked in behind Vaughan Roberts still. 16 laps they've got to navigate this very tight circuit. Has an interesting flow in different parts. It's not like Belle Isle. Belle Isle seems to have a more even tempo to it and some flowing yet technical sections. This track, however, seems a little bit disjointed in places, in my view. These guys absolutely making it work, however. Vaughan Roberts almost getting a bit of a gap. Some 6.5 tenths clear of Geedy. He's doing pretty well. Geedy with O'Fray. His challenge, his title contender right behind him. And this group of 5 cars wrapped up with Amadio on the rear. Hey, maybe I missed a bit of contact. Maybe that's why... as Amadio shows a nose again. Looks up the inside of Hooker. I'm wondering if that was indeed what sent Hooker into the pits, and maybe you got a bit of contact from Amadio, and that's what I missed. I'd have to go back and have a look. Anyway, we might go and if any of them come into the commentary box after for an interview, maybe they'll let us know. Meanwhile, we've got Geedy up behind Vaughan Roberts, who is dead set, but for draft, he's driving away with this one, the Welshman, as O'Fray pulls out of the draft. Not wanting to put too much pressure on Geedy perhaps, and just letting him focus on catching Vaughan Roberts in front. Meanwhile, Vaughan Roberts' teammate Roger Hooker's under all sorts of pressure here from Loris Amadio, who is tucked right up underneath the Two Fools Racing driver's tailpipe. As the gap starts to open up, they are a full 1.4 seconds behind our leading trio. Vaughan Roberts, Geedy and O'Fray looking to run away with it. Meanwhile, then you've got Hooker and Amadio in a pair battling away, and Tellini and the leading ANZ driver here tonight. There's no Corey Lean. It's Mitchell Nichols, the 16-plated car, up 4 positions, now sitting in 6th, with Mitchell Nichols putting all sorts of pressure over Tellini, who's become somewhat of a perennial contender in the last couple of seasons. He had a podium last season for the season overall, did Tellini, and this season I think he's sitting about 4th. He's certainly in the top 5. Manu O'Vera in his debut now has all sorts of pressure behind him, with Justin Watt, who, as I said, has been really having it his own way in the second split, showing what of a step up it is here to get a run in the top split. Now, he's up 3 positions as it stands, but certainly not having his own way in this field as he might have done in the second split. This is a big difference, though, between a 2.5k strength of field and a 4100 we've got here tonight. A bit down on our season average, but it's certainly a step up for Watt, who has been doing so well in the second split, of course. Meanwhile, jumping back up front, we still have Vaughan Roberts leading Geedy and O'Fray in this breakaway trio. Perhaps that's representative of what might be to come, as all over the curbs there was Geedy. You can cut that corner there at 5, but you don't want to cut it too much because, yeah, look, you can see the damage on the front wing there of Geedy. It doesn't hurt to raise the front suspension a bit here because damaging front wings on these cars is remarkably detrimental to their overall speed, more so than you would otherwise think. As now Amadio's got past Hooker, you can see him in front in the background, and I think we've lost George Maddock. Let's go see what happened to Maddock. Oh, that's not it. No. Oh, there it is. Just got a bit too close to the curb. He was already out of the race, and a 3-point turn in that location probably doesn't hurt. He'll help, I should say. He'll be licking his wounds tonight, that's for sure. Lost a couple of others as well. Takumi Yamato, who did so well at Snetterton. Oh, look at him here. He's in all sorts of damage. I wonder if I missed... Yeah, let's go see back a bit further. This is where it might have happened. Through turn 1. No, that's all right. Oh, he's been rear-ended. Completely rear-ended there and sent off into the wall by the 11 car, I think it was, of Vasco Sarovsky. That's not what you want, but there's a couple of our regulars in trouble now up front. Man, look at this. Vaughan Roberts, again, 6.5 tenths out the middle stages of lap 5 this time round. He's almost broken away. That's some outstanding driving from Roberts, getting away from 2 of the best in Geedy and O'Fray. Speaking of getting away, Loris Amadio is fighting very hard to get away from Hooker, but not managed to do so quite yet. Jump back to Nichols, who's in this battle now with Tellini and getting the better of it, it has to be said, at the moment. And then there's this big pack behind. As far as this race goes, it's a pack of 3 or 4 is a big pack, led by Justin Watt. Oh, it might have actually been Watt that sent, beg your pardon, I miscalled that. It was Justin Watt who sent Takumi Yamato into the wall there at the Chestnut Place fountain there. Last lap or so around. This time he pulls over and he lets the few go by. Look at the pace that he doesn't have, perhaps, is what we might say here, because the front wing damage there. Meanwhile, back up front, we just have a fastest lap set by Nick Vaughan Roberts with a 1:31.9. Now only just starting to get close to the qualifying times. In fact, he's just pipped his qualifying time by about 8/100ths. And he's leading two of the best going around. Again, Geedy smashing that curb at 5. And yeah, that front wing looks ever so slightly more bent on the left. And wondering if that'll come back to haunt young Ludwig Geedy there. But behind again, Amadio now. He's got the better of Hooker. Little gap slightly opening there, about 7/10. I wonder if the Italian can break that draft and get away there with Mitchell Nichols and Tellini now. They are probably out of that race, but not out of the race up front is Geedy and O'Fray, who are tucked in behind Vaughan Roberts, who's doing a stellar job and trying to keep these two at bay. Of course, the championship, if they finish the way they are, there's no chance that Geedy will be headed. In fact, it's probably tough to see him beaten already. He's had, I think it's 4 wins this season already, which is pretty amazing in the fields that we've seen this season. But a fantastic job nonetheless. As O'Fray putting all sorts of pressure on the back of Geedy now, perhaps thinking the only way to beat the champion-elect is to put the pressure on and force him to make a mistake. Yeah, Geedy's had 4 wins, just ahead of his teammate who's gone a bit absent of lately. Manuel Kedu had 3. And actually, if my numbers are correct, O'Fray yet to have a win this season, even though he's grabbed a couple of poles. So he'll be looking to finish strongly. Whether or not he can touch the champion-elect is another story entirely. But these guys are just getting around now for the mid-stages, lap 7. They're already coming up on the back of Yamato, who did have to pit after we saw that incident earlier in the night. Is looking like he will get lapped. Of course, this circuit was where we saw the breakthrough victory of Nagai-san, Naoya Nagai, who hasn't joined us at all this season after finishing 2nd overall to Benny Simonson last season. We're expecting to see big things from Nagai, so hopefully we might catch him next season. But no Japanese victory here tonight, as Yamato now just, inside of the leaders and getting lapped, with Vaughan Roberts leading Geedy and O'Fray as we begin lap 8 of 16, almost reaching the halfway point here tonight. Meanwhile, our battle for 4th and 5th, Amadio really sort of putting all sorts of pressure at the end of the big front straight. Hooker only some 8/10 behind, and that spells trouble because through the more technical sections he's already down 2/10 and at that magic 1 second mark, and Amadio really looking to stamp his authority over and claim 4th position here tonight. Meanwhile, here we go. Without a wing, we've got Lorenzo Zingaretti Zinger. Bit dubious on that name, just quietly, but that's just me. The 10-plated car here tonight up 10 positions. And ahead of Justin Watt and Vasco Sorofsky, the 2 leading ANZ drivers, who are nose to tail themselves and battling a tailless Zinger. Interesting. All right, jumping back up front, Vaughan Roberts now. Really, look at him. It's O'Fray who has managed to get past. Let's go see if we can't find that overtake. I'm just going to see if I can't find it. There it is. That might be it there. Let's have a look. It's out the back as they went past Yamato. Oh, and he seeded the roll there, has Geedy. Perhaps thinking that O'Fray might have the pace to catch Roberts, but that's almost extended the gap, really, hasn't it? Let's go and check out live pictures now. As O'Fray now 7.5 tenths down to 7 tenths behind Vaughan Robertson, really making a good fist of it. And he has actually bridged that gap, and I'm starting to wonder if that front wing damage has caused issues for Geedy, such that he's ceded the position to O'Fray and said, go on, champ, you go catch him if you got the pace. Meanwhile, yeah, we can see Hooker is hanging on just to Amadio. Grabbed a couple of tenths there and still within the draft. You've got Zinger now with Watt and Swarovski all over the back of him. I'm wondering how Zinger lost his winger. But I'm a bit afraid to jump back into the replay of that as we see the front winger Justin Watt all sorts of bent out of shape, and Swarovski in P8 up one position. Certainly not like Watt who's up 5 and Zinger who's up 10, but no slouch either in this sort of field. As look, you can see our front 6 here all in the same shot, led by Vaughan Roberts. Julian O'Fray's just on the fastest lap with a 31.49. Decent time around here, of course. And he's really starting to trouble Geedy, who's starting to fall off in the background. And again, I wonder if that little bit of damage. Yeah, look, he's 1.4 seconds behind. Geedy's gone, and he's potentially going to fall into the clutches of Amadio. Although Amadio is some 3.6 seconds behind after doing a 32.4 last lap, some 3 tenths slower. But at 32.4, that's 6.5 tenths slower than the leaders. So it was Geedy last time round, and I think he's gone. He's a shot duck. He's resigned himself to third at best and taking out the championship overall. But Vaughan Roberts, really a commanding performance out here in front. He's doing an amazing job. We might go hop on board with Julian O'Fray. That's what the gap looks like at 6 tenths as it closes under braking out the big back straight. A lot of the curb there. These curbs here at Long Beach seem more for decoration than for marking track limits, if I'm honest. Again, opens up the corner nicely, gets on the gas early, and he's down to 5 tenths. 6 tenths, 5.5. He'll pull that in. Probably about to 4 tenths, maybe 3 by the time he hits the end of the front straight. This time round with a 31.3, a new fastest lap for O'Fray as he crosses the line to start lap 11. And again, there you go, into the 3s, and he'll be putting all sorts of pressure over Vaughan Roberts before too long. And Geedy now with a 32.2 was 9 tenths slower than the leading pair. So he's out of this one. Oh, Tim, are you back with us, mate? Can I hear you? Oh, hang on. Let me turn you up a bit. I think I can hear you there.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, there we go. I've got to pump you right up, but hopefully people can hear you. There you go.
I'll see if I can do some handiwork at my end, mate. But I apologise for the technical dramas, and I had no idea what they were. But a new USB port got me sorted.
Perfect, mate. Well, there you
Better
go.
late than never.
Better late than never. I tell you what, this would probably be the 3 out of 3 seasons I would have done this one on my own, this final track. But it's not my favourite track to begin with, let alone now, jeepers. Anyway, so we're on lap 11 of 16, mate, and Vaughan Roberts, who looked like he was going to run away with it, has now got O'Fray to contend with.
And we know how good O'Fray is. There's no jumping away from him. Super quick. Loves every track in the series. A real gun. And Vaughan Roberts, so is he a new name, Alex? I've not heard of him before. I've been out of it for a little while. But is he a regular these days?
Well, he's been the last 2. I think he debuted last week. He's a regular in the community. He tends to race more of the European times, the Welshman. I've seen him in quite a few of the big splits during the week and on weekends. But it looks like he and his teammate Roger Hooker have finally found us, and we might be more the better for it.
Absolutely. Good to see fresh faces joining the series. Might have caught us on the internet at some point, watching us on Twitch, and thought, hey, I want a bit of that, because it's where the hottest skip barber action is. But yeah, no, good to see him. Good on him as well. And clearly a gun, without question. Super fast quality time and leading, by example out in front today.
Yeah, that's it. He's doing a good job. And he did all right last week too. Didn't get the win, but certainly put on a good show. Meanwhile, Geedy, look, he's a superstar of these things. But I don't know whether it's the front wing or maybe he's got a phone call that he's dealing with. But he's getting dropped by these guys after, look, he was super happy with the win last week. He was saying when I talked to him after the race that that Nürburgring was the track that he won his Formula Renault championship in real life. I mean, and then to replicate it with a great win, you could see the smile in his voice almost as he was talking to us.
I had no idea he was a real life driver. I just thought he was some hack on a sim who was really talented. But nah, good on him. And I got to say that front wing does look pretty banged up, Alex, and without question costing him, the better part of 5-6 tenths a lap. And you know how reliant the skips are on a bit of draft. There's just no hope once you're carrying that little bit of damage. It's all over Red Rover. But at the front of Frey, I didn't rate him actually. I thought he was sitting too far back. But a nice bit of draft down the front straight. He made his move past Vaughan Roberts to lead his first laps of the race, I think.
Yeah, let's go take a look. Yeah, pulls out of the draft, moves to driver's left to grab the inside run. Vaughan Roberts opens up the corner, but the damage is already done. And yeah, well executed pass. Didn't cost them too much time with Vaughan Roberts playing the game as well. So, and that's how you do it. Quicker rather than costing them both times, and gets it done expertly or professionally, you might say. Meanwhile, back the battle for 4th and 5th is really sort of split up. Amadio's broken the back of Hooker, who's now just passed and lapped Yamato. So they're 4th and 5th on their own. The battle that we did have going, there's still a battle in 3. The wingless Zinger ahead of the 2 ANZ contenders, Watt and Swarovski. Watt has all sorts of wing damage on the front as well. I imagine Swarovski, who has a little bit of rear wing damage, will put some pressure on him later in the race.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen a Skippy without a rear wing performing that well in quite some time. So good to see iRacing. I got it right this time around, but he's holding his own and doing really nicely. But Alex, back up the front. Looks like Vaughan Roberts going to slot out of the draft and take that position right back off O'Fray, not mucking around. Easy as you like, tons of space left. Got a great run out of the last corner. Nice and close out of the hairpin, and got it done with his eyes closed. Going to be interesting to see though, Alex. Couple left to go. What's the, I haven't done any laps around here, mate. What's the hot tip for getting it done on the last lap?
Well, it's hard to say. I don't know if you can get it done by the line. I think you're better off being in front, defending into turn 1 if you can. Because I don't know if you get the drive out. The draft is not what it used to be in the skips, and there's a lot of risk in tucking it in behind and hoping to get it done by the line out of the exit of the final corner. If it was me, mate, I'd want to be in front on the final lap, whether it's coming out of the final corner and defending or trying to get past into turn 1. Either way, I want to be leading out of turn 1.
Could be interesting, Alex. Bit of lap traffic ahead as Vaughan Roberts comes up on Mitchell Nichols. Be keen to see whether he gets out of the way or whether he provides a bit of extra excitement as the race comes to a close. But a couple of cars in front actually looks like they'll catch Giuseppe Tellini as well, he's normally up the front, I think, a real superstar of the game, but not his night tonight.
Vaughan Roberts has tagged the wall on the exit. He's got on the gas a bit early, I think. It doesn't look to have cost him too much, but
bit of damage to the front wing, I reckon, but nothing else to the car. Looks pretty straight otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. O'Fray now looking to take advantage. Comes into turn 1, as you say. Nichols up ahead. Tellini must have lost it somewhere. He was going all right there for a while. I don't remember what happened to him. Apologies. But meanwhile, the battle raging now with 2 to go. You've got Vaughan Roberts tucked right in behind O'Fray, as you say. They're coming onto the back of Nichols now. And Nichols will hopefully do the right thing. There he goes. Pulls out to the side and lets the battle for the lead continue up the the short middle straight there at the back between West Shoreline, 6, 5 and 6, up West Shoreline Drive, through 6 now on the round of 7. What do you reckon, mate? A bit of a shot up into 9 as they exit onto the big back straight this time round?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to put my money on that, actually. Pulls up nice and close under brakes. Bit of a run now. But, yeah, like you say, the draft isn't quite as good as what it has been in previous seasons. But your guess is as good as mine. I think he's going to... No, he's happy to sit back. Jumps on the brakes, says, hey, you can lead this one and I'll skip past you on the front straight.
Whoa, Frey's gone very deep into the braking zone. He's let Vaughan Roberts go through the final corner. Swung very wide. I don't know if it was a strategy to get the run into turn 1. I know I'd want to be leading. Vaughan Roberts takes the defensive line. He's going to go the long way around the sweeping straight as Frey starts blinking. Surely he's going to come and defend this time round. No, Vaughan Roberts tucked in behind. Very dangerous game he's playing, Tim, trying to come from behind on this final lap.
Yeah, interesting to see how Frey. You reckon that was strategic or a flat-out error, Alex?
I wonder, mate. I wonder if he just was worried about getting pinged in the rear or he just overshot his braking. But it was almost strategic because he really did not lose that much time. Oh, I wonder if Roberts has picked up a slowdown.
He has.
There. That's it,
Definitely
gone.
has.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Really unfortunate. He took a lot of the corner off then, so not surprising at all. In fact, he's a gun. It was without question he's a super driver, but to see him take that much curb, I thought, oh no, this is going to end in tears, and it has. Frey's got it in the bag, and Nick Vaughan Roberts settling for second. Super unfortunate. We missed out on the last lap showdown, and really seeing what could happen into turn 9. So an unfortunate way to end the race today.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big chunk of turn 5 that he took. And Frey now coming down to the closing stages. This will be his first win this season. I look forward to talking to him after. It'll only secure him second place in the championship, but his first win of the season as Frenchman for Redface Racing comes out to take the final race as he gives us the subdued Enzo Wiggle as he crosses the line. Geedy now, who is our Season 24 champion, crossing for third, just ahead of Amadio. Hooker in his debut, the other Two Fools Racing driver, finishing in 5th. Zinger, who qualified last, up 10 positions. I'm a bit dubious still. Lorenzo Zinger, 70-something. He's come in 6th. Vasco Swarovski, he's got the job done over Justin Watt. Perhaps with all that damage Watt was carrying, he just ended up not being his night. Philippides, Ueda, George Maddock. He had a rough night tonight, did young George. He's come home in 11th. Manu Overa, he's coming through the final sector or two. What a somewhat anticlimactic finish there, Tim, with that slowdown really determining the race in the end.
Yeah, I guess, like you said before, Alex, you know that the Skippy's not got the draft that it used to have, and the boys are relying on that awesome run out of the turns to get any advantage they can. And this time round, Vaughan Roberts just took that tiny bit too much curb, and it was all over. There was enough for that slowdown. 2 odd seconds, I reckon he got. And just to back out of it enough, even if Frey just got out of draft range, it's all over. It's just not quite what we hoped for on that last lap today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go check out what happened, I think, to Nichols and Tolini. This was earlier in the race because they were right in it. Oh, okay, that'll do it. Yeah, so it looked like Nichols lost it through turn 1, clipped the wall, and then came across and took out the Italian in Tolini. They both hit the eject button just in time for to miss the oncoming traffic. That'd do it. I wondered what happened, and now we know. All right, let's go check out our race results here for the final round of Sunday Night Lights for Season 24, round 12 at Long Beach. Julian O'Fray. It says privateer, but he used to race for Redface Racing. But Mr. O'Fray grabs his first win of the season, and it took him 12 races, but he got there, and that grabs him second spot in the championship as well. Nick Vaughan Roberts for Two Fools Racing, the Welshman making a real impact in his second race, finishing in second. Ludwig Geedy rounded out the podium here for Movano Sim Racing Team, and he also grabbed the season championship overall. Congratulations to him. Fourth position tonight was Loris Amadio, the Italian driver, fighting his way through to get fourth. Roger Hooker, the other fool in Two Fools Racing, he's rounded out the top five, showing that these boys next season, if they choose to come back, will be a force to contend with, that's for sure. P6 tonight went to Lorenzo Zingaretti Zinger 76. I don't know. Not sure that one passes the sniff test. Anyway, Vasco Swarovski, he's hit P7, the first of the ANZ drivers. Justin Watt, the other ANZ driver inside the top 10, finishing 8th. Dimitri Philippides, he's become somewhat of a regular this season. He's in 9th tonight. Hiroshi Ueda, the leading Japanese driver, in 10th. George Maddock from UK&I fought his way back to be inside the SNL points in P11. P12 tonight, Manu Oliveira, the Iberian, making his debut. Giuseppe Tellini for Doctors Wave Italy team tonight in 13th. Mitchell Nichols, the other ANZ driver, finishing in 14th ahead of the second Japanese driver, Takumi Yamato, unable to replicate his stunning display at Snetterton. And Dylan Golson in his debut, not going the way he would like. The ANZ driver all the way down in 16th there, Tim.
Yeah, it's tough, your first one. I remember mine, Alex. As soon as I found out about it, on Redback Racing TV way back in the day, and I was as nervous as, and it didn't matter how much practice you did, things never quite go to plan, and it may have been the case for Dylan tonight. But we hope to see him back next season, of course, and have another crack at it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a few in the green room. We might start with tonight's winner. We've got Mr. Julian O'Fray here, who was indeed tonight's winner. Good evening, Julian. Congratulations. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was your first win this season, but certainly secures you second place in the championship overall. Congratulations and well done tonight on a fantastic result.
Hello, thank you. For one time, you see, I do a smart thing. Last race was not really smart, but this one I was.
Yeah, nice. Now, can you tell us the hairpin on the second to last lap? Was that a plan to run wide and let Vaughan Roberts through and then attack him into turn one, or was that a mistake?
Oh yes. It was a strategy. It was to have the draft and don't be passed in the straight line and start the last lap in first position.
Yeah, nice. I did wonder, mate, because it's very tough to pass here other than at turn one and maybe at the back of the back straight there. But and we talked about, and I certainly thought leading out of turn one on the final lap was the way to go. And then the race course finally determined by a slowdown. But certainly a great season for you, Julian. Congratulations. P2 in the championship overall. Any highlights this season for you?
A lot of great battles, great two ways with a lot of different drivers. I think it was a good season. Maybe not good result in the all first tracks, but overall it's a good season, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the main thing. It's about enjoying the racing. And if you can get a good battle on a Sunday night, it's a lot of fun. So, listen, congratulations, Julie. We've appreciated your support in the series and always coming in, having a chat. It's been great. So, congratulations. And before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
I want to thank all driver, like I said, with I battle with, and you for your great stream and your good how to say commentaries. Yeah,
Yep. Appreciate that,
thank
mate.
you.
Very much appreciated, and thank you for the great driving and the great show you put on each week, mate. So hopefully we'll see you next season, but otherwise, mate, thank you again.
Thanks. Bye bye.
There you go, Tim. That's Julian O'Fray. Not a bad effort to come in each week, and I got to tell you, I feel like his English is getting better and better. It's certainly better than my French, that's for sure.
Yeah, likewise mine, mate. But no, softly spoken, polite and courteous on track. The really nice guy. Great to have him in the series. And of course, good for him to wrap up the year with, or the season, sorry, with a win tonight. So good on you.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. Second in Sunday Night Lights and second in the official season overall, but third on track tonight and first in the Sunday Night Lights Championship and first overall in the official championship season as well on some nine. He was couple of 100 points clear of Julian O'Fray in the official season overall was Mivano Sim Racing's Ludwig Geedy. He joins us now. Ludwig, looked like you might have been carrying a bit of damage out there tonight, but is that what cost you the lead pack there in the end?
Hi guys, really happy actually with the ending. Really disappointed about this race. I don't know. I don't really like this track, and for some reason I did some changes in the setting, and yeah, it was really a crap car to drive. To be honest, I felt like I was lacking grip everywhere, was understeering, and somehow in the straight I was losing time. So. I knew before the race that this is not my track, so it was only about losing the less point I could. Didn't know if I could be P2 at the championship, but luckily I won, so I'm really, really happy. I'm glad that this race is over.
Beautiful, mate. Yeah, well, the championship, both of them actually. You're the ninth person from memory, the ninth person to win Sunday Night Lights and the official season overall in the same season. So hopefully that's a good feeling, mate. It's not easy to do.
Exactly, it's a super good feeling. Actually, I would say it's like the first or the second time that I really, really take this championship into account. Previously, I was like doing a few races and then stopping. So, yeah, really happy about the ending. No time to focus for next season. I guess I'll drive some more Skippy and have a few other championship aside. So, a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, congratulations. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, as always, to you guys doing the perfect job. To Mivano SRC Sim Racing. Actually, we did a fusion between two teams. So yeah, pretty good news for us. Thanks to them, the support they give me, to the family also watching me. So yeah, really happy about all those things. And yeah, see you next season.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ludwig. Great to have you here, mate. Thank you for your support. And again, we look forward to seeing you next season.
Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.
There you go, Tim. Ludwig Geedy seemed pretty happy with that. It was nice, actually, to hear some of his calibre enjoy the series so much and take a bit of pride out of winning it.
Yeah, it was. And nice to get a candid opinion on the changes he made to the car and how they affected him on track. So good on him for telling it how it is. And obviously, you make changes and they don't always go to plan, sort of thing. So, but absolute gun driver, and it's a pleasure having him in the series. And look forward to seeing him again next season, of course, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do indeed. Now, we have got. I'm just trying to pick the running order there. I'm going to go Sorofsky first because he was we do like to go in finishing order here, Mister
Seventh, I think.
Mr. Vasco Sorofsky, 2 for 2. We got him second week in a row, top 7 tonight. Vasco, mate, how was the running out there?
Hello, boys. Oh, look, to be honest, we weren't really on it for some reason. The track felt different every single time we went around it. we made a mess of everything, but it was still fun. Poor, I've got to apologise to Takumi. I didn't think he'd slow down so much in the fountain, and I think I might have nudged him into the wall there and made a mess of everything else. So I'm really sorry for that one. The rest of it, well, we had a broken car. We did what we could. I had my teammate Justin annoying the crap out of me, and he got past me, and then I felt like putting him into the wall, as you do with all teammates. But you can't do that, So yeah, but it was good fun, and I'm glad Long Beach is out of the system for now.
Yeah, mate, I second that. I'm not a big fan of it either. But yeah, look, I must apologise to Justin. I might have got the liveries mixed up and called him putting Yamato into the wall. But thank you for coming in and clearing that up. Yeah, look, great to see you both in there. And Justin's done. I'll have a chat to him in a minute, but he's done pretty well in the second split this season. It's not often someone wins three races in that, but looked like he might have had a bit more of a challenge here tonight with the big boys.
Mate, he's getting quicker all the time, and like I said, he's starting to annoy me more and more. So therefore,
we might have just
must be getting better. And mate, he's getting up there. I'll probably look for a new seat. So yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for a great season, and thanks for everything you do. And hopefully we'll catch up at the next one, and we'll be a bit better and stronger.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Hopefully we'll see you next season, and look forward to you taking the ANZ charge to the rest of the European folk out there. And it's been a while since we've had an ANZ winner, mate. So hopefully one of you boys will get up there for it.
We'll do our best, Greg. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Alex. I'll pick you up my spotter, Greg. Pick you up my spotter, Greg, who I forgot last time. Thanks, Alex. Thanks again for everything.
No worries. Cheers, mate.
And well done to Ludwig and Julian for 1 and 2 up in the championship, mate. Highly deserved. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Vasco, mate. We'll talk to you next season.
Thank you.
There you go, Timmy Vasco Swarovski. Nothing like a bit of an ANZ perspective on things. Sounds like a decent fella too.
Out there having a blast, and I think a lot of us forget, and certainly I did the past couple of years as I had a bit of a break, but you got to have fun, and it sounds like he had a hoot tonight, which is fantastic. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Why don't we get his teammate up here, Mr. Justin Watt, who, as we said, has been pretty much dominating the second split this season. 3 wins, not easy to do down there in the second split where the elbows are out and sometimes the standard's not so great. But came up and played with the big boys twice this season. Justin, how was the racing out there tonight for you? Oh, you're muted there, Justin. Hang on. Can you unmute yourself, mate? Hang on. There we go. Hello, are you there, mate? Still muted. Man, we've had all sorts of... there we go. Justin, are you with us?
Now.
Justin. No.
Maybe it's you and not me, Alex.
I don't know. I can see the microphone going on and off. Oh, no. Anyway, mate, it doesn't look like we're going to get you, but as long as you can hear me, congratulations on a good season, mate, and hopefully we'll see you and Vasco in with us in the top split next season a bit more and taking it right up to those Europeans. All right, Timmy. Unfortunately, that was that for Justin, and that might just about do us for the season. And what a season it was. We had 12 races, some good tracks, some ones I'd rather forget, not the least of which is this one here. And I'm just trying to grab a shot of our season champion. There you go, Ludwig Geedy. He's taken it out. Yeah, so next season, looking forward to it again. Season 25. What do you reckon? Is there a Timmy G comeback on the books?
Well, it's funny. I have thought about it, but I've been doing a bit of tin top racing rather than in the skippies, just for something different. But it's where my heart is, Alex. So you'll probably see me out from time to time. I just got to get on during the week. You can't rock up having not raced, because the times I've done that, the few races I've done, I've just got flogged without a hope, So I can't have that. I got to put a bit of time in and get back to the level that I was a couple of years ago. So we'll see how we go. I won't say it's a no. It's not a yes. It's a definite maybe.
It's a definite maybe. Very good. All right, folks. Well, let me just do this one and do a bit of this one. No, give me this one, please. There we go. Well, folks, you can find us everything Top Split on your screen at the moment, including the Discord, which is where you can keep up with all the latest in the Top Split community, and for Sunday Night Lights as well. Of course, Top Split YouTube is where you find this and all the other race replays in SNL and MNL history. Top Split Twitch is where you will find us each and every Sunday night. And of course, don't forget to check out the Locked On iRacing podcast on a Wednesday night, in particular, where we do the SNL wrap. And no doubt in the week upcoming, we'll have a full season recap as well. But for now, folks, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a great season. We do appreciate your support. All our subscribers, the folks that like and follow and do all those things, really helps us put on this show, which at the end of the day, as we always say, is for the community, by the community, and that's how we like it. But for now, folks, I'm Alex McKellen on behalf of Tim Gorkrocher, and of course the absent, chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Thank you all for joining us, and until next time, ciao for now.